Airbus 320 trip to somewhere today. Right, the specs of the PC that I'm playing on is an i5 9600K processor, 16 gig of Corsair RAM, and a NVIDIA 1660 Ti graphics card, which I must say, for a mid-range card, what it is now, it's top-end mid-range, is doing a pretty good job. Right, so let's get into the game and let's get started. Right, the startup screen always checks for updates and make sure that all your files are up to date. Where I think we're looking for an update due the end of this week, I think. Well, we know we're the 25th of August. I think there's one due in 2 days. Little tidy up updates are rumoured to be coming out around about the 27th. So we'll keep you updated on that. And meanwhile, let's get into the setup. 3 hours to download the whole game. I must say, people's been saying that they've been experiencing problems with it. Mine was okay, so I'm not discounting what other people said because there seems to be quite a few that had to restart the downloads and bits and bobs. So, yeah, quite big files to put down. It is recommended, especially if you're doing mid-range PT, is to have a solid-state drive on your computer. It will help. I've got 3 solid-state drives on mine just to make up for the access time. Anyway, okay, right. Well, sorry, the access time, the sort of mid-range specs of my PC. It's nothing magnificent, but it certainly does the job, and I'm really surprised that it's running this quite smoothly. It looks like Microsoft's done a very good job on sort of optimizing the game to sort of be accessible to, if anyone, near enough for anyone who's got a sort of relatively new PC in the last 2 or 3 years. Or probably a little bit more than that. Okay, so our flight today is going to be very interesting. We're in the middle of the fury of Francis. That storm Francis has hit the UK. There is absolutely massive winds outside at the moment. We're going to be flying from Bristol. Let's show we can see them winds on the actual map. So let's go to the world map and let's get round to the right side of the planet. So if you can see at the moment, the UK is covered in red, and that red is the wind levels that we've got at the moment. And as you can see down here in Somerset, it's not as bad as it was, but their winds, let's have a look. Let's open up some of the filters here. The wind affects the ground. Let's have a look at low ground, as you can see here. Oh, wow, look, 81 mile an hour gusts there, knots. It's going to be quite interesting. So that's at low level on takeoff. As we get higher, 71, and so ground level, not too bad. It's when we start getting up to that mid-level, which is about 10,000 feet and above, and then high level as well. And that is quite all the way across Europe. Let's have a look at the mid-levels here. So as soon as we hit this part here around about Italy, things seem to die down a little bit. Mind you, still very strong. But luckily, if we look here, they're all going to be tailwinds. So we might, this is about a 3-hour flight, 3.5-hour flight to where we're going, which is Zante, which is this island here. Let's have a look at the low-level winds there. Yeah, 7 knots, so that's nothing to worry about. But this is where our destination's going to be. Dionysus Solomos, which is the airport on Zante, or Zakynthos. Is it Zakynthos? Is the island out there in the Ionian Sea. So let's get set up. Okay, so we can see the recent weather conditions here. Now, if we go to flight conditions here at the top right, we can put that to live. It's only because I've just restarted the program, it automatically defaults back to preset, but we put that to live. There you go, put today's date and time. And then we can update and see what there you go. Well, we can see already that the wind direction, oh, no, I'm looking at the wrong place, that's why. Let's get down to, there we go, Zante. Let's have a look. Yeah, so it's 7 knots, winds coming from sort of a northwesterly direction there. It's updated the weather map, so here in the UK we can see we're way in the eye of the storm here at this very moment. Okay, so what else we can do here? I've got some other liveries that I've downloaded. I'll put a link in the description where you can get your liveries from for the standard aircraft here in Flight Sim 2020, and there's quite a few of them in this pack, even EasyJet, so and so, blah blah blah. We go all the way up. It's not a review on these liveries at all. I might do a separate video on this, but you can select different liveries. But we're using the Aegean Airlines, Greek Airlines, of course, as we're going to a Greek island. We'll use one of their lovely liveries for this flight. But we're started out from Bristol, out here in the west of the UK. So this is going to be our departure airports, as you can see at the top here, from and to. Bit like the old flight sims, but this one's much more detailed and much cleaner to actually use. So we're going to set that as our departure. It's just chose a runway for us, 270 at this very moment. And then what we do, we'll just scroll down the map and we'll end up at Zante, which is here. And there's Dionysus Solomos Airports, which we're going to select here as our arrival airports. Okay, so there we go. 1,289 nautical miles, and it's saying that it's a 2 hours 49 minutes flight time. Normally it's just over 3 hours, but I'm not sure if that's accounted for the winds, because it looks like we're going to get a tailwind most of the way down there. It might have took that into consideration, but I'm not 100% on that. But it seems like it, because yesterday when I tried it out, it was over 3 hours and 30 minutes, believe it or not. Right, okay, so here's our destination airport. So what we want to do, we've got different options here of how we want to fly to it. We can go direct GPS, which will literally be a straight line from Bristol to Zante, which is not really what we want to do. VOR will involve lots of twists and turns and lots of waypoints. But we're going to use the standard high altitude airways, which then puts our route something like this. As you can see, we'll take off from Bristol. We'll end up over France, flying directly over Charles de Gaulle, down to Geneva, Milano, and Panigale, all the way down the east coast of Italy. And this is the Adriatic Sea, I do believe, which is between Italy and the former Yugoslavia, and into the Ionic Sea. Is it the Ionis or Ionica Sea? I think it's the Ionica Sea. I'm sure it is. Taking us all the way into Zante that way. Okay, so there's a couple of more options that we can do here. We can do our flight patterns into the airports. What we want to do, we'll have a look to see what our landing options are. Sorry, that's Bristol, isn't it? Yeah, right. So when we get to, we're going to do a VMR, 34 approach, which gives us this bit of dogleg here, and then a circle round the bay into Dionysus Solomos. That sounds fine to me. I'm happy with that. So, then, see, something I've left out, which is pretty important actually. What you want to do is fly into the wind when you're landing. This is why we've selected a 3-4 runway, because it's sort of flying into the wind thereabouts. Although the wind isn't much or significant there at this very moment. Okay, let's go back to Bristol. Let's see what we want here. We've got a 270 takeoff there, as we can see. So what we'll do, well, I'm going to select one of the Exmoor ones, because I know that will take us out on 270, which is flying into the wind again. And if we go the Exmoor one, it should take us out down here and along this into the Bristol Channel, past Weston-super-Mare, Minehead, and then we do a sharp right turn over sort of Somerset and Wiltshire, into Hampshire, across the English Channel, and then into France. So I don't want to start on the runway. I'm going to start at parking ramp. Where should we start here? Parking ramp 44. We'll just pick one at random. Okay. So once we've done that, we're happy with that. So here we go. From Bristol, gate 44, departures, we're going out via the Exmoor via runway 27, which is 270 degrees or thereabouts. Landing at Dionysius, Solomos and Zante. And arrivals there is saying direct. I'm sure. Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's brought us a direct route in. You can select other routes here via these markers and VORs and stuff like that, but we'll keep it default. We're direct. That's quite a nice flight. Taking us down there onto runway 34. Okay, flight conditions. We're doing that live. You can make your own weather up with custom presets. So here's our familiar sort of loading screen at this very moment, as it's going to plunge us into Bristol at our selected parking ramp. And I don't think, because I've chosen Bristol because it's one of my local ones, but there's not many facilities at Bristol, so we might have to go straight out. Let's see what this does, because I don't think there's anything like it's not a particularly detailed airport like some of them are in there. There are some very detailed airports in Flight Sim 2020. Oh god, the weather conditions, as you can see, it's quite overcast. You can hear that wind. Very gusty. Right, let's get in there. Okay, let's zoom in. Right, we don't want to manage comms at this very moment. Right, so as you can see, where the aircraft's pretty dark at the moment, as in there's no power or anything like that switched on. But you can hear that wind. Definitely in the sort of eye of the storm, as it were. Okay, I'm just getting my external views sorted out here. Okay, back into the cockpit, and let's get some things started up, shall we? Let's get the batteries on. It gives us a bit of power. Displays light up there. Pretty good. Okay, happy with that. First what I'm going to do is make sure that the flight plan that we've done is loaded. Normally it goes straight into this FMC, whatever you want to call it. They've got all different names for it now. PMS, PMT, I don't know. Right, so here we are at Bristol EGGD. Let's take a quick scroll down. Here's our waypoints and VORs that will be going via Exmoor here, as we say, taking us out over North Somerset. And then across down Somerset through into sort of parts of Wiltshire. And then in Hampshire, there we go, it's all there. Brilliant. Let's just make sure our destination's there, LGZA, which is Zante. And yeah, happy with that. Okay, right, let's have a look at what we got here. Is that correct? Yeah, just corrected the QNH there, 2954. Put the flight director on. Okay, we'll find out what our takeoff climb altitude is in a few moments. Let's get the screens sorted out here. Okay, we're on our arc plan here, as you can see, and if we extend the range out, we can see our route. Okay, done our controls here. We'll set that to weather and turbulence. Train map on. Okay, right, let's get my comms on. Oh, it is on. Well, where is it? Ground services. So there's not much way on ground services here, but we'll get some clearance in. IFR clearance, because we're flying instruments.
Bristol clearance delivery, Airbus IFR. To Zaken Thas ready to copy.
Wow, he's loud.
Airbus is cleared to Zaken Thas Airport as filed. Take off runway 27 climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Departure frequency is 118.775 squawk 7251.
10,000. Oops, it's 11. All right, let's read that back.
Airbus Airbus cleared to Zakynthos Airport as filed. Take off runway 27 climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Departure on 118.
Right, what we can do here, as you can see on this AI control, we can get the AI to manage all the radio comms.
Airbus read back.
And you can even get him to control the aircraft if you want. We're not going to go that far right yet. But what we're going to do, we're going to keep it like that. I'm going to get him to manage the comms in a few moments, just after we've done our checklist here. So we've got the before starting engine. We've got the battery switches. Let's put that over there so it's not in our way. Right, so the battery switches are on. We don't need external power, but we will need the APU on in a few moments. Engine generators on, fault displayed. Yep, they're on. They're in fault because the engines are not providing the power at the moment. So what we've got to do is power up something called the APU, Auxiliary Power Unit, which is a little jet engine that is based at the back of the aircraft. So if we have a look here, oops, don't want that. So if we look at the back, this unit here, right at the back, is a little jet engine in there, and that is there purely to provide our power. Sorry if I'm teaching you to touch eggs, suck eggs. Nothing about that at all. You might be new to flight sims, and that's what this is really all about. I'm no pro by any means. Let's get that straight. Right, so we're going to put our APU on here, and we're going to start. We should hear that little jet engine kick in. Put our APU bleed on. You can hear that starting up. That's where it's based. There's its exhaust. The intake's down here somewhere. If you look at me, the mouse marker. Right, so that's not the engine starting. That's the auxiliary power unit, which I say is a third jet engine. Okay, back into APU starts, availables lit. Okay, that's there. APU generator, well, that's already kicked in, so that's cool. APU bleed, we've already done that. External power off, fuel pumps, we'll stick them on. That's all the fuel pumps on, and stick our beacon on. Now the beacon, which is the yellow, the orange light on top and at the bottom, see that flashing away, is purely basically for ground staff to know that things are starting to liven up on this aircraft. So there we go. Right, what's he doing? Is he just being nosy? Okay, right, so that's our first part of the checklist done. Let's have a look what we've got here. So, right, we're going to be doing the start procedure for the aircraft. Let's get some permissions here. Let's get the guy to manage the radio comms, my co-pilot. He can do all that. Right, so we make sure that the thrust levers are set to idle. You can see there that they're at idle, 0. This red region is reverse thrust, and then anything above that is increasing your thrust, and then you've got automatic mode for you know, when you go into autopilot, but we'll go into that a little bit later. Engine mode selector, which is here. We put that into the start position. That just puts it in the right correct mode before we start the engines. Now, I'm using a sort of gamepad thing at this at the moment. It's not ideal for Flight Simulator. I've ordered the Airbus yoke and, well, a control stick, which is, it looks exactly like that. And I've also ordered this throttle console here, which has got the engine start on the console on there, but unfortunately everything's out of stock until the 24th of September, so I've got that on order at the moment. If I remember, I'll put a link in the description to where that is. There's a few reviews on it on the web, and it's meant to be pretty good for a Thrustmaster. It's the Thrustmaster Airbus combined package of the flight stick and the control, the throttle control panel or unit. About 114 pounds, I think it is, 149 pounds, something like that. So the reviews have been pretty good on it, so quite impressed. Okay, we're going to start engine 2 to start with. So simply now we're in the start mode. If I flick that switch there, we should see engine 2, whoops, which is this one here, start to spool up. Yeah, she's spooling up there. In actual fact, we can get a close-on look if we scroll through our cameras here. There it is. I'll stay silent while you listen to that spool up. Beautiful, it's like music. Right, that noise, like the barking dog you can hear, is quite unique to Airbus. They call it the barking dog. All it is the hydraulic pressurization sorting itself out now that the engines are kicking in. Obviously, it needs to balance up the pressure for the hydraulic system. Okay, right, so I'm going to go back to external. And I'm going to select engine 1, sorry, there we go. So this is the port side engine. And let's get that started up. So here we go, turn engine 1 on.
Bristol ground Airbus with mic ready to taxi IFR. Airbus taxi to and hold short of runway 27. Contact tower on 133.85 when ready. Taxi to and hold short runway 27 Airbus.
Beautiful. What a lovely sound. Okay, we're going to confirm that the engines are stabilizing or stabilized. So we look here, we should be about 20% off. Is it 20%? Let's have a look. Yeah, around about 20%. So starboard engine 19.8 and they're equalized. There we go. Temperatures there 394, 394. Everything looking good. This screen, well, at the moment, only on this second screen selection, we've only got the fuel situation, which is something I'm going to have to sort out. Oh my god! Right, so we get, because I can't from this. Normally, you get a fuel truck turn up, but we haven't got the option now. I'm going to go with 100% here because we're near to the limit of the range of this aircraft. Yeah, 100%. Might need a little bit more busting through the wind. Right, so engines are stabilized. Let's complete that. Done. After start, we can now turn the APU off, simply because we've now got the engines running. When we've got the engines running, they generate the power for us. So I think it's normal there. Turn off APU master switch. Engine bleeds on. Oh, they're already on. Okay, no worries. Right, so we are in a semi-normal situation here. Let's take another look outside. We've done all our checks here, pre-taxi checks. Both engines started. Okay, we'll get our rest of our lights on. What we've got here, we've got the tail lights on, strobe lights. Well, I'm going to set that to auto because then that will automatically set the strobes on when we do the takeoff lights, the runway lights. Navigation lights are on. Okay, let's check. So we're doing there. Okay, fine. We've got our nav lights on, green, red. I mean, just look at the detail on this aircraft, you know, it's just magnificent. Alright, just check the way I'm going to taxi. It's quite easy taxi, it's just straight down here. Second exit, second entrance onto the runway, and we should be ready to go. There's a nice inside view there over the wing. The sort of distortion there you can see is obviously the exhaust from the engine. This side we're sitting over the engine. A nice view there, and that's all round tail fin view. Very nice. Right, so lighting wise, let's get the taxi light on. Yeah, there you go. You can see the taxi light on the nose wheel. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Let's get that in a preset view there. Okay, into the cockpit. I normally take wide view from here, which is that one, I think. Sit in the upper position so we can see over the top of the window there. Now I get it set up like this so I can see the throttle control. Everything we're doing there. Right, so first thing we need to do before I get the view set up is take the parking brake off, put the engine back to the normal position. Now we've done the starting. And we'll taxi on down. I don't think we're going to get past that, so we're going to have to turn around here by the looks of it. So, okay, parking brake off. Let's give some revs. Okay, we'll follow this yellow line out to take us to the taxiway. More for us because we're giving it pure hard left stick here. Probably breaking a little bit of speed limit here, but hey ho, it's a flight simulator, isn't it? Nice new aircraft, the A320neo. Very fuel efficient engines apparently, apart from when I'm flying it. Okay, we can let off the gas a little bit now. Let's have a look outside. What's going on? Let's have a look on the tail fin camera. Yeah, we are probably doing a couple of knots over the speed limit. I do like these external views, they're brilliant. Okay, let's come off the power a bit. That's the first one, that's the second exit. Oh, that's my fault there. I had an external view on and didn't get time to
Bristol
check.
Tower Airbus at runway 27 ready for takeoff IFR to Zakynthos.
Airbus cleared for takeoff runway 27.
Okay, so let's set that to takeoff lights.
Cleared for takeoff runway 27 Airbus.
And turn that on for runway lights. And then we need to put position 1 flaps. There we go. Our runway lights are on. Right, This is the only chance you'll get in the UK to anything near a lockdown holiday. Okay, let's go. Now onto the runway. To the threshold, runway 27. Takeoff departure out to the west. Tally ho. V1, V2 and rotate. Positive rate of climb. So we can put the throttle into the automatic mode.
Manchester Center on 118.775.
Is our external view.
775 Airbus. Manchester Center Airbus is at 2,000 feet, climbing
Gear up.
10,000 feet.
Airbus Manchester Center, continue as planned. Altimeter 29.54.
Flaps up. There we go, there's a view of Western Supermare which is directly in front of us. We have a look on the external view there. Western Supermare Bay here. Bit of cloud. Let's have a look at the wind situation. 53 knots. We're flying into it, headwind at the moment, so not too bad. So when we make our turns that we'll probably feel it. The altimeter, yeah, altimeter. Check out on the map where we are. There we go. Zoom out a bit. You can see we're just going past Western Supermare, out to the Bristol Channel, past Minehead, watch it, Minehead, and then we're going to make a sharp right turn. Nice and sunny above the clouds. You can see those cloud details, and they're absolutely beautiful. And I mean, I'm on just a sort of high mid-range graphics card set up for 1080p.
Airbus climb and maintain 16,000 feet.
Okay, so let's. We've just been told to go to
Climb and
16,000.
maintain 16,000 feet Airbus.
Dial that in. 16,000. And we're going to be taking a left turn in a few moments, taking us out over North Somerset into Somerset, skirting past Wiltshire into Hampshire, and then across the English Channel very shortly.
Overspeed.
Right, speed's coming up a bit, so I'm going to take that out and manage speed.
Overspeed.
the only pain with this. There's a few bugs and errors with the autopilot that you'll sort of get round eventually. But as I say, on the 27th there is an update, and I'm hoping that some of that will take this into account. There's our left turn over Exmoor, and all around that area we should be very shortly. Meanwhile, I must concentrate. I don't want to go down to 160 knots, that's for sure. But we do want to lose some speed because we're just over. What are we? Oh, we're 15,000 feet already. That was quick. That caught me by surprise then. I'm going the wrong way here. Let's get this sorted out. Take it to about 270. Beautiful. There we go.
Airbus climb and maintain flight level 240.
That's us. So we'll take it up to 240, which is obviously 24,000 feet.
240 Airbus.
There we go. Now sometimes this cancels the rate of ascent, which is a bit of a pain. I don't know whether that's an Airbus thing. I'm used to the Boeing 737, and the way that does things is pretty different to this thing. Yeah, I don't know whether some of these are bugs or this is how I don't want that sort of rate of ascent. 1600 to do, pretty steep, but it'll get us up there above this wind. As you can see, 270 degrees, 75 mile an hour winds. That's horrendous. You might see us bobbing around a little bit. Well, there you go. There's the port side wing view.
Airbus contact London Center on 118.475.
118.475 Airbus. London Center Airbus is climbing through 17,600 feet for flight level 240.
Airbus London Center continue to nav as planned. Altimeter 29.58.
Oh, let's better sort that out. The altimeter 2992. Let's have a look out over the engine wing, the starboard wing. Just look at those clouds. There's the moon up there, half-phase moon. This is all real time. As in, you know, if we were flying this now, this is what we'd see, weather condition wise. As you can see, it's live. There's the time. Now is 11 minutes past 7. Sun going down, so we're going to be doing a night flight landing in to Zante. Let's have a look at that TAL view again. Let's set that up. There we go. With that thick set of cloud. This is summer in the UK. Let's check out some of the other views that we got as well. So there's the Tailfin view. Let's get this set up. Hold up 1 second. That's a nice view from the winglet on the port side. And then we got an under the wing view on the starboard side there. Underneath you, what's your undercarriage and all that stuff. And there's the starboard side winglet camera view. Oh, I do like this. This is so immersive, this game. They've got the actual shadows and the lighting and those clouds perfectly right. It does make me want to buy a 2080 card. I might hold back though. The money that I put aside for that is wait for the next generation card to get this into 4K. I mean, the best I can do at the moment is probably 1440. I've not tried it, to be honest, but apparently people are saying on the 1660 Ti card, it does actually run at 1440 quite nicely in high to ultra settings if you customize the settings. But I've not been that adventurous yet. I'm quite happy with 1080. I'll keep it that way. Okay, so we're sort of over the M3 area heading south into Hampshire right now already. Okay, so we're going to our cruise altitude.
Climb and maintain flight level 370.
I think it's either 37 or 39. I think 39 is going to be our ultimate cruise, but it's sort of getting us up there at the moment. So here we go, up to 37,000 feet. I can see here that the centimeter has accepted that. Oh, that makes a change. Normally you have to faff around, but yep, it's accepted that. When they're heading up to 37,000 feet. Right, I've set that to 275 knots. That's not my ground speed, that's airspeed at that height. I think with the amount of turbulence and tailwind that we're going to get up there, yeah, it may be sensible to set it at that so that we don't keep getting overspeed alarms. As you can see here, we got a bit of a tailwind already, which is going to be pushing us from 268, 267 degrees, and that's 113 knot wind. That's incredible. So we might get to Zante a little bit quicker this evening. Sun's going down. Just look at those clouds. Just look. That is just absolutely fantastic. Yep, there's the tailplane. That view, I mean, yeah, it's nice to see the tailplane, but you don't get many more views than that. That's from the looking over the top of the APU, by the looks of it. Port side wing view, zoomed in. The details beautiful. Look at that strobe going there, kicking away. Starboard side engine just gives you that beautiful view of the clouds there. Let's look at the port side. And there we go, it's our port side wing view from inside the cabin. But it's about time I turned off landing lights and bits and bobs. Take them down, turn that off. Strobes on automatic. Okay, so far so good. Tally ho. Right, so rather than bore you with the whole 3-hour flights, I'm just going to pick out bits and bobs, some landmarks and some views for you on the way down, and you know, a bit of commentary for me in between as well. So enjoy the flight. Okay, as you can see on the flight map here, we're heading out into the English Channel now. We're just past the Isle of Wight. Couldn't see much because of the cloud cover, but don't forget we are using real-time weather here on this simulation on our flight to Zante. Going to be taking us over France as our route, over Paris eventually. And then we go down, well, let's have a look down here, shall we? Over the Alps, Switzerland, Swiss Alps, into northern Italy, and then we're going down the eastern Italian coast. Hopefully by then the clouds should have cleared up, so the weather down here has been quite nice. So we'll be following the Adriatic Sea south-easterly into the Ionian Sea, which is south of Italy, past Corfu, which is this island here, then down to Zante here, and there's our little dogleg that we'll be following into our approach there. So okay, we'll keep you updated on that. We're a third of a way across the English Channel at this very moment in time. I could do it in a pilot's voice, couldn't we, and you know, take that off.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. We are taking off well, we're not taking off. We're just over the English Channel at this very moment, about a third of the way across. Yes, it might be a bit bumpy, so I do recommend that you keep your seatbelts on. Teas, coffees, beers, vodka will all be flowing in about 5 minutes' time when we meet our maximum height. Be taking the seatbelts off then, and if it's a bit bumpy, then you'll just have to stroll and bump your way down to the toilet if that's what you want to do. And the hostesses and all that will be having fun with the trolley, serving your pleasure on a plate anytime soon. Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's your captain speaking, Captain Bollokov here. And we're just approaching our cruising altitude now of 39,000 feet, which means we can take our seatbelt signs off and have the jolliness of the aircraft crew come round and serve you your favourite drink. This will be the favourite sound, the best sound you will hear during the flight. That, yes, that's a can of Carlsberg Export, which we got on special offer at this very moment. Taking a look at where we are at this very moment. A bit of cloud outside, so we can't really see, but we're now approaching the northern part of France at this very moment, and we'll be going over Paris in about 5 to 10 minutes' time. I've got an overspeed alarm on my alerter here, if you can hear him at the moment. It's because he's moaning that we're going too fast. So, not wanting to get a speeding ticket, I've now reduced our speed down to 270 knots, which our indicated ground speed is a bit faster than that. Our true air speed is 563 miles an hour at this very moment, so that's quite impressive, isn't it? Let's put standard barometric pressure on there for this height. And there you go. Well, enjoy the rest of your flight. I'll give you more useless information, announcements on the way as we do. Oh, it's clearing up outside now, so if we take a look outside, you can see the northern coast of France there. Yes, they got proper weather here. As soon as you get out the UK, the clouds disappear. That sounds about right, doesn't it? Okay, enjoy the rest of your flight. Thank you.
Right, yeah, so I've got my duty frees up here in the air at this very moment, and yeah, all going so well at this very moment. As I say, if you want to know a little bit more about the specs that I'm running this on, it's nothing special, to be honest. Nothing special at all. I'm running this on a i5 9600K processor. We have 16 gig of Corsair RAM in here. I think it's 3600 megahertz RAM that's running, and a MSI NVIDIA 1660 Ti graphics card, which, do you know, when I downloaded this I thought, oh, there's no way this is going to run it. Microsoft will have built this to the latest specs of gaming cards, and in actual fact, no, they've not done a bad job of allowing this to sort of run reasonably on mid-range cards. This is above my expectations, to be honest. The way that it's performing, yes, it's not particularly brilliant. I'm averaging 45 to 60 frames. If I sort of wind it back to limit it to 30 frames, it's a bit stuttery, but I keep it locked at 60 frames a second. You can do this in the graphic card settings on the game. I've locked mine to 60, and you know what? It's playable. This isn't a shoot me up game. This is a flight simulator. Everything takes its time. It's in its own pace, and it's perfectly adequate. If you're getting 30 frames plus in this, I keep calling it a game, it's not, it's a simulator, then it really is cool. But as we can see at the moment, everything's going a bit pinkish on the cloud wisers, because now the sun is going down. You can see it on the horizon there. UK time, it's 7:30 here in the UK. In France, what's that? Is it the same that we equaled out? I don't know. But anyway, it's you know, look at that reflection on the water there. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Sun and the moon up in the same frame shot there. Let's take a bit of a.
Airbus contact Paris Center on 125.7.
We're going into Paris airspace now.
Going to 125.7 Airbus.
And we're going to be taking a left turn in a minute, so I'll keep it on this view for a minute.
Center Airbus flight level 390.
Pink fluffy clouds, lovely. I say. Okay, so continue to Nemed, which is our next marker on our waypoints. And any moment now we should be making a bit of a left turn. I'll save it till then until we do another external view. Or do you want to see the turn on the TAL camera? Yeah, why not? Let's do that, shall we? Here we go. TAL camera, please. Oh, thank you. So here we are over northern France. Take a little bit of a left turn, and we're going to be flying directly towards Charles de Gaulle Airport, over the top at 39,000 feet. Some broken cloud here, and here's our left turn. Oh, that looks nice, doesn't it? Yeah. That's cool. So we're going to have a night flight in to Zante tonight, so it'd be quite nice to see Zante lit up as we make our approach into the islands. Like I say, this is our closest way to get to a holiday this year in the UK, because everywhere seems to be locked down, so we might as well do it virtually. Let's buy some more Carlsberg. Marvellous. Beautiful shot. Look at those lens flares off that from the sun. Beautiful. That is a lovely shot. And the way the lighting here acts with the shadows and everything in the cockpit is just marvellous. Absolutely marvellous. Right, let's turn some panel screens up here. So we get a bit of light before it gets too dark. I'll just do this side. There we go, we've still got a nice bit of tailwind here. It's 100 knots, bit of tailwind coming from the northwest, which is just what we want actually. It'll save us a bit of fuel. So look how we're doing on the fuel front. There, tons. That'll keep us nice and efficient. The engines are happy. 69% thrust. Ticking over, just ticking over. That's all we're doing. 70%. Marvellous.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Local time now is 8:37 Paris time. If you look below us, through the cloud you may be able to make out the sights of Paris. As we're just flying over Charles de Gaulle any moment now. Weather's jolly fine down there at the very moment. And there is Charles de Gaulle directly below us. I'll give you some more useless information in just a few moments. Thank you.
Airbus contact Paris Center on 118.05.
118.05 for Airbus. Paris Center, Airbus flight level 390.
Airbus Paris Center, continue to give read as planned.
Just had to screenshot that. Could be the thumbnail. Early days yet. So we're just southeast now of Paris, and I'll catch up with you when we get down to sort of Switzerland, the Swiss Alps. But meanwhile, we'll speed things up for you with some random shots between now and then.
Hey Marlon, enjoy your flight. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking again. I know, sorry, you were just going to sleep then, wasn't you? Well, yes, I've got announcements to make. We're just over Dijon in southeastern France. Very soon entering Swiss airspace, Switzerland. And then we'll be taking you over the Swiss Alps, over the Italian Alps, into parts of northwestern Italy in a few moments' time. Again through our waypoints, Givry, Ibodi, Bibcot, Sossel. And miles of work going over Sossel. Our crew will be serving up sausage for you as well. Flight time, let's have a look where we are now. Let's get rid of this map for you. Flight time so far, we're now approximately, as you can see, it's night time coming outside. We're 1 hour 9 minutes into our flight, so we've got roughly 2 hours left of this flight. Hopefully the headwind, the tailwind will be keeping us on course with a bit of a boost as well. 83 knots. Still got a bit of a northwesterly chasing our bottom at this very moment. Which is good news, which means we get to Zante a little bit earlier than scheduled. But the sunset out there this evening is spectacular, and hope you enjoy that. I'll update you a little bit more with some more useless information in a few moments' time, just as you're settling off to sleep again, no doubt. Thank you.
So as our nutty captain there, giving us an update on the flight inwards. As you see, the views are beautiful, aren't they? I mean, there you go, there's the sunset. Sun has actually gone down now over the horizon, going into darkness. But it still looks spectacular, doesn't it? Okay, Captain's going to update you as we go over the Swiss Alps, the Italian Alps, on the Beast, as we approach northern Italy. See you in a mo.
Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen. It's your friendly Captain Bollokov speaking here one more time. We're just flying over Genevan airspace at this very moment, so we're just approaching the Alps, this sort of mountain range at the moment, into northern Italy. Not much to see at the moment. Number one, it's quite dark outside, and number two, there's a little bit of cloud cover here as well, as we can see, but you can make out some of the towns and cities on the Swiss borders here, and we'll be maintaining our flight down the eastern coast of Italy as well, so if there's anything interesting there to see as well, I'll let you know. Thank you, but enjoy the rest of the flight. Thank you.
Well, I'd say we're about halfway in our flight, just under halfway, I'd say. Everything looks good so far. Winds are calming down a bit. We dropped to 66 knots on the tailwind that we've got at the moment, but as we can see here, as soon as we get to Ixora, well then over northern Italy, and then we make that right turn, and that takes us all the way down the east coast of Italy in a little bit of a straight line. We do a bit of a dog leg there, and then after Todno we are literally right over the east coast of Italy. So yeah, well, try and give you some interesting views, as much as interesting views can happen at night. The next interesting big view may be the approach into Zante, so enjoy the rest of the flight.
Airbus contact Switzerland Center on 126.35.
Going to 126.35 Airbus.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see on the map that we're displaying at this very moment, we've just gone out of the Alps, just approaching fast into northern Italy. Engines up and down, as you can hear. That's because we've got some severe turbulence up here at this very moment. It's blowing us around a little bit. So I do suggest you put your seatbelts on. If we look here, we've got, you can see the wind fluctuating anything from 70 to 80, approaching 90 gusts there. We do like a bit of a gust now and again, but this is ridiculous. Luckily it's a tailwind. It's coming 300 degrees from the north, which is on our backside, so it's blowing us nicely towards Zante. What have we got flight time wise now? Well, 1 hour 28 minutes into the flight. We have technically 1.5 hours left of flight time to get us into Zante. We're just over the halfway mark right now, so yes, hopefully this bit of gust that's behind us, this 75 knot wind from the north, will hopefully get us a little bit early. So excuse the bumpiness at this very moment, but it might work in our favour as we're now over northern Italy, as we can see right now. I think if you look at below to the right hand side of the aircraft, you can see Milan Airport and Milan City all lit up nice. It's a cloudless night over here at this very moment, and everything's looking jolly good. I'll catch you up on our next leg of the flight as we fly down the east coast of Italy into the over the Adriatic. To the left, you'll see you'll be able to see, if it's cloudless like this, parts of Yugoslavia, the former Yugoslavia, Serbia, and whatever they call it now. And we'll be heading south along the eastern coast of Italy, all the way down to the Ionian Sea. When we get the Ionian Sea, you'll see us start to descend into our destination, Zante. But I'm going to give you full of facts and information, some more Carlsberg export on the way down as well. Enjoy the rest of the flight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Well, there goes our naughty captain there, doing his stuff. As you can see, we're over Milan right at this very moment, and if I do a spin round here on the external view, you can see we've just passed over Milan Airport, which is now sort of where is that? That's sort of 9 o'clock on the view there. You can just see the airport. There's absolutely stunning views, nighttime views here in Milan. I'm despite the bugs that we've got in the flight simulator at this very moment with the autopilot and things like that, this is just an absolute joy. Even seeing antenna radio masts with their red markers on there, and windmills and stuff like that, it's just absolutely fantastic. So there we are over Milan at this very moment. We're just over halfway on this flight to Zante right now. And yeah, we're doing pretty good. Let's have a look at our fuel situation. That's one thing I always wonder if this is pretty accurate. Yeah, I mean 73%, because we've had the tailwind. That's saved us a lot of juice. It really has. Normally we're down to about 60% by now, so we're 73% on that because of the high winds that we've got at this very moment. But okay, I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of Captain Bollokov and his flight crew, and he'll be bringing you some further updates on the way through. So here we go. Have we seen on the map? Did I show you the map? I forget now where we showed, but we'll show you the map one more time. There we go. That's our course that we're plotting there, just over Milan. And as I say, we're just now approaching northern Italy, and we'll be going down the east coast here, following the coastline all the way down to the heel of the boot, as they call it here in Italy, over the Ionian Sea to Aceto, one of our markers that will probably bring us down to our approach altitude. Well, certainly by the time we get to USR, here the island of Zante, then a bit of a dogleg in to the airports, as we can see here. But we'll update you with that, and we'll give you some more random shots of where we are and what we're doing on the way down as well.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, again. So it's your Captain Bollokov speaking. Sorry if you were trying to get to sleep again. I want to give you a bit of an update on our flight. As you can see, looking out of the port side of the window, which is the left-hand side of the aircraft. You can see where we are right now. Here's our flight map, just over the top there, Roger. That gives you a bit of an idea. But we're now, if you look down to the left-hand side of the aircraft, we're going from Ancona, and we're directly above Fabriano, eh? Where they make the spaghetti and the bolognese. Macerata is still out to the left. If you're looking from the right side of the aircraft, you will see Perugia. There they make very good spaghetti as well, and Foligno, which you probably can't see out your windows now, we're directly coming over, makes good sausage. Okay, so that's giving you a bit of a update there. I don't know, I'll try and put the Italian voice on, because my Italian is absolute shitios. Okay, so let's zoom out, see how much more we got left on this flight. We're just coming down the east coast now, so very shortly, if you're sitting on the left-hand side of the aircraft, you'll get good views of coastal towns and the sea. Probably not much because it's dark. If you're living on the right-hand side of the aircraft, you'll see towns and cities through the central belt of Italy as we come down. So we're 2/3 into our flight right now. Not so very long before we start bringing you into our approach from Captain Bollokov here on the flight deck. Okay, it's all good, got the lights on, and we're chilling out with some cappuccinos and Carlsbergs. It's all very good. So we'll keep you updated as we make our way down the east coast of Italiano. Enjoy.
Well, there you go, there's Captain Bollokov there, giving us an update. As you can see, we're just about to join the east coast of Italy on our journey down to Zante. The Adriatic Sea is to our left, as you can see right there from this external view. Let's bring us down a little bit so that you get an idea of where we are, and we're going to be following this east coast all the way down to the Ionic Sea while we start to make our descent. So enjoy the rest of the views.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, again, this Captain Bollokov. We are now, if you're looking outside the left-hand side of the aircraft, over the Parco Nazionale di Gargano, which is Visdi on the peninsula downhouse below the aircraft there, as you can see right now. So if we bring up Google Maps for you, you can see we are here on this notch of Italy. Fantastic, there you go. And if we look outside to the starboard side of the aircraft, you can see we're just passing a windmill farm there. Loads of red lights, which is the windmill farm. And yeah, it's all good stuff, Okay, we're still heading down the east coast. Look on our flight map here. we'll give you an idea of where we are. There's the little peninsula bit sticking out where it is, just there. The mountain range down the middle, and we're heading down here. We're not too far now to the bottom of the boot of Italy, the heel of the foot, which will be coming up when we get to here, Liveries. I'll be giving you a further update, and then we'll be heading into the Ionian Sea. Thank you. I'll catch you later. Yes, thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, it's your Captain Bollokov speaking again, and here we are for the latest update of our flight that we're in at this very moment. Molly Polly is to the left hand side of the aircraft, that's just there, and as you can see we're coming down to the bottom of the boot of Italia. Madeira is, we're essentially over at this moment. Madeira is there. As you can see, bit of a lake there, Lago di San Guialiano. Okay, that's my Italian. Taranto is coming up in a few moments' time. That's just here. Right now we're here over Massafra, and we're now going into the Ionian Sea in a few moments' time. We'll be taking a flight past on this route here. If you look at my mouse pointer, you'll see we'll be going out here, sort of from Taranto across here into the Ionian Sea. To our left is Corfu, and then we'll carry on down, and we're coming past the islands here in to the west of Greece. In the Ionian Islands, these are called. Down to here, this small island, which is Zante. Zante, we will fly here, and then we'll take a dogleg out, and then round into Zakynthos, or the airport, which is Dionysius Solomoni, or Salamos. Yeah, okay. Right, that's our little update there. Just as we start to make our approach, I'll give you back, and we'll make our final announcement as to where we are. Okay, thank you, Mr. Holiday Makers.
Okay, so there we are. We've Captain Bollokov given us an update there on our flight information as to where we are. Coming on the southeast tip of Italiano, Italy. As you can see here, we're going on to the Boot Hill. This is the Boot Hill. This area here, I'm circling with the mouse, is the Boot Hill. Once we get out there, we're in the Ionian Sea over to Greece. And yeah, I'm sure Captain Bollokov will keep you updated there on Aegean Airways. In no way are we connected with Aegean Airways, because I don't think they would tolerate drinking on deck, on the flight deck. But there you go, Captain Bollokov. Well, he's Russian, isn't he? He does what he wants. We'll see you in a few moments. Enjoy the rest of the flight. We're on our last stages now. Let's get a quick check on some of the data in the cockpit right now. We can see we're into 2 hours 25 minutes into flight time. Normally it's 3 hours, just over 3 hours into Zante, so I think we're on course there. The winds have calmed down a little bit, as we can see. We've got some southwesterlies coming in right now. 40 knots is our tailwind that we got at this very moment. And everything's looking good. Everything's so cool at the moment. We're at 39,000 feet. We kept it a sensible flight speed because of the tailwinds we had. We can probably bring that up a little bit more now. 275, probably pushing it before we start getting overspeed announcements because of the tailwind. So we'll keep that at 274 knots. Yeah, it's happy there so far. 39 1,000 feet. Air traffic control hopefully will be sort of keeping us in check as to what we're doing. Right, we can turn them dome lights off now. Where's the dome lights? They're up here somewhere, he says. Well, zoom in a little bit. Hold up. Yeah, there's the dome light there. It just doesn't. Oh, we've got it on dim. Yeah, we'll stick that to dim. In actual fact, we can turn it off now because we're going to be making our approach very soon. So we don't need the dome light on. Dome light's there. It says dim. That's bright. Oh God. Does it actually want us to zoom into it? Okay, was it 8? Yeah, it's that one, isn't it? Dome lights. That's very finicky there. Turn that off. Okay. There you go. So that gives us a little bit of an idea to get our eyesight sorted out. Is it that one? Yes. Okay. That's better. I'm going to stick some control lights on over here somewhere. Where are they? It's normally here. There you go. There you go. That'll do. Don't want too much on. I've put that on very dim. Put it on for the first officer's side. Where's his little dome light thing there? Is that it? That's glare shield. Oh well, he can sort his own out. There you go. Don't want to do his job too much. Okay, so there we go. We can see out the left-hand side of the aircraft there. We're looking over the Adriatic, parts of the Adriatic there, and if we look here, we're looking at the Ionian Sea. So we're close to our destination, and here's some more views on their way. We'll contact you as we're doing our descent. Evening, ladies and gentlemen, and if you're looking at the left-hand side of the aircraft now, you might be able to see a dim light in the background. Corfu is to our left at this moment. Kavos just south of that light there that you can see at this very moment. So keep us going. We're going to be making our descent very soon. We've contacted Brindisi Center, which are going to be taking us in to Zaphos, and hopefully now we're on our last leg, and we'll take you down and we'll talk you through our descent. Slight bit of right turn there as we hit our next marker. As you can see now, we've been just requested to descend
maintain flight level 270.
to 270. I'll show you how we do that here in the flight deck. We take this control and we take it to 270. I click that button, and hopefully when the aircraft wake up, it's listened to me and we start to descend. At the moment we're at 39,000 feet, so we'll be dropping a little bit in a few moments time. Looks like the aircraft needs a bit of manipulation to do that, so I hit that there. Here we go, and you can see the descent now on my altimeter. I don't know why I'm going from British to Italian into Greek. Next Greek. I speak Greek now, and because we're in the Ionian Sea, the captain had to start to speak English in the Greek type language.
Please expedite your
Scorcher. When we get to airport is 27 degrees still. It's having to go with me saying expedite my transition here, which we are, 1200. I think we'll take this down to 1800 feet, whatever is minute, I think. Okay, you can see bunch of dots on my plan, so if I take this down now to say nautical mile is 40 on my flight plan here. 80 nautical miles to Akito is where we be going. Okay. Scorchio is where we're going at this moment. If we take a look at flight plan now, we can say we pass Latan. We're going to Akito. Akito here is where we make first transaction into bringing it down to the northwest the island here at 293, and then we do a dogleg turn to Litsi. But when we get to R189, I will instigate. We're doing Dme approach here, so instigate there, and I'll update you when we get to that part of the flight now, because now I'm in ONC, Greek captain. Right, so we're now descending to 27,000. We're at 35,000 at this very moment. I think we'll take this to 2,000 feet per minute to give us a chance to get on Carlsberg, get on flight path. Okay, thank you. We'll update you for last part of journey soon. Well, you can see is Captain Bollokov being very diverse. He goes from European to Italian to Greek in the space of a flash. Right, here we are. We're over the Ionian Sea now. We're right in the middle between Italy and Zante as we come in here. Let's dim that lights there, because as you can see, once you lose the music and lights, you need to darken the cockpit to get a clue as to what we're doing. There's a bit of twilight over there in the distance. Let's have a look at what we're doing flight time wise. We're now 2 hours 42 minutes in, so we're on schedule for our 3-hour flight. Well, it's about 3 hours and 10 minutes is the usual flight time. Locally now is it's midnight, so we did warn you that we'd be doing a night approach in, but hopefully it'll be nice when we go into Zante and we see the Zakfingfoss lights as we go into the holiday island. So we'll update you more in a few moments. Meanwhile, enjoy the flight. Just to update you there, moonlight over the Ionian Sea.
Airbus, you are 72 miles northwest. Descend and maintain 11,000 feet. Expect 4 Dme runway 34 approach via Akito transition. Cleared to Akito. Airbus, descend and maintain 5,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Expect 4 Dme runway 34 approach via Akito transition. Cleared to Akito Airbus.
Yeah, it looks like we got some weird configuration going on here in Flight Sim 2020. It's taken us down to Akito marker here, and then it's a sharp left turn to Zach 38, as you can see here. And if I bring up our flight map here, that's quite a turn. So it's taken us to Akito and then Zach 38. Yeah, very interesting. So we're going to have to slow right down for us to do this magical maneuver. Where are we right now? We're here. Yeah, it's going to be interesting how this one performs. And then we got a right turn here, and then into our sort of circumference of a dog leg, which we're doing into Litzy. So I think we'll do the localizer at R179, and hopefully let's see how the aircraft performs then. The autopilot in Flight Sim 2020 is, well, I'd say sketchy at best, depending on what approach you're doing to which airport. I've not done this one yet, so this is going to be very interesting. This one here that we're looking at on our flight charts here is going to be very interesting. I'm not so worried about the weather now. The weather's is fine. We're in the Ionian Sea. It's down to 11 knot wind from 281 degrees. Let's see how this one goes. No guarantees how we're going to land here and how it's going to go. I'd say out of the landers I've done on this A320 so far in 2020, it's a 50-50 mix. Sometimes they go swimmingly well, sometimes it all goes pear-shaped. You have to turn the autopilot off, turn it back on again to get on course, and when you do the managed speeds, yeah, it's a bit all over the place. It's all very dependent on where you're landing and where you're taking off from. So yeah, it's a gamble. Let's see how it goes, but it's all fun. I'm loving it. See you in a minute.
Airbus descend and maintain 8,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 8,000 feet Airbus.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Captain Bollokov speaking here. Yes, we're starting to make a descent now into Zante. Hope you enjoyed flight. Hope you got some sleep in between me speaking. We're now making left turn into Zante on final leg before now we start descending. Light you can see is from other island. It's not Zante. Zante is the light in the distance. If you're looking out from the left hand side, the port side of the aircraft, you will see windmill light, red lights. That's not the island we're going to. The island is beyond that. The street lights you can see in the distance for Zante. Okay, it's very scorchio. It's 27 degrees as we land here tonight. Humidity is 92%, so it's going to be sweaty bollocks when you get there. You know, so if you have fan yourself. If you not have fan, take and steal the in-flight magazine so you can fan your woman. Woman can fan man, or if you have children, your children can fan both of you when you get there, because there is absolutely no fucking air conditioning in the airport when we get there. But Zante, it's very hot tonight. It's very good. The bar's open to 6 a.m. So when you get to a hotel, you can go straight out. It's very good. Okay, and I'll got one more update to give you in a few moments. But if you look from the port side of the aircraft at the moment, which is left-hand side, you can see red lights. Then red lights are windmills. It's we're saving the planet. Yeah.
Captain Bollokov giving us an update there. So we're not too far now. Let's take a check from the cockpits just how far we got. About 22 miles until where we USR. Where's that? That's Russia, is it? No. Quite USR. So we got about I'd say 40 miles until we're in. We're going to start slowing down aggressively now. We're at 245 knots. We're coming down to 8,000 feet, which is what we need to do as requested. We could do it at a bit more of an aggressive rate. We'll try 6,000 feet down. Yeah, okay, let's hope that does that. Let's do it at 2,000 at the moment. Yeah, because it's just happy with that. Okay, well, we'll acknowledge that. Ooh, what's up there? Has it took? I've put it into 8,000. 26, yep, 26. 26, here we go. Fantastico. There's the island of Zante, right in front of us there. Magnificent sights. Let's have a look where we are on the flight map. Yep. So we get to USR R293, and as we do this leg round to the right, to the left, yeah, we'll start setting up for the Dme approach. It's all looking good so far, but it all could go pear-shaped anytime soon. Stay with us. There we go.
Descend and maintain 5,000 feet Airbus.
Ladies and gentlemen, your captain speaking, Captain Bollokov. Thank you for flying with us tonight. Put your seatbelt on. I got you to cabin crew. We're now over Zante. We're now flying south into our final approach. Don't believe me, I'll put the map on now, and you can see we're turning to the south just to make our final approach. Now, thank you for flying with us tonight. I'll end you with cabin glue, and see you in Zante for party tonight. Good night.
Captain Bollokov there, handing us over to us lot. We're on our final approach now, so we'll leave you with this. You can see we've got an outside view, the underbelly camera, bit of moonlight there as we land in to the hot summer atmosphere of Zante. I'll see you on the grounds. From now on, we're straight in. We're going straight in, unannounced. If we crash, it's not my fault, it's Captain Bollokov. Right, this is where I get really nervous here on the final approach as we come in. What we've just seen on the map there, I'll just put it up on the left hand side just to show you. Okay, we're starting to go out on our final dog leg here. Engine's coming up because we're leveling out now at 5,000 feet as requested by air traffic control. Below 10,000 feet, so we're at 240 knots, and we're coming up to R228. This is going to be interesting. Right, let's just go to 3,000 feet next. We've
Descend
hit
and maintain 3,000 feet Airbus.
firm 3,000 feet, but I know with this, it's not like a Boeing aircraft. This you have to literally tell what you want it to do here. So I'll take that as a 2,000 feet. Is it to that? Let's have a look. 17, 18, 19, 20. No, I said 2,000. Oh, they settled now on 2,000. Okay, so we've got a descent rate at 2,000 per minute. Let's see how we go there. On 195, we're coming up to the critical points of how this is going to turn. So I'm going to keep that window up there now. When we get to R175, I'll put out, there we go, there's our approach thing there. We're not really on ILS, we're doing a DME approach. But I won't hit that approach until we hit to R179 to see how we're going. But we need to get rid of some of this airspeed in a few moments, so oh dear, let's see how we're going on. Outside's all good. To our left there we can see our holiday islands. We'll keep it like that. I'll take us to a left wing out view. Oh, we passed it. Let's go all the way round again.
Airbus, you are 13 miles south of darkened. Contact Darkened Tower on 125.425 when inbound on the approach.
There you go, so Zante to the left. We've just got our clearance here. We're 13 miles from Zakynthos.
Zakynthos Tower Airbus 13 miles south inbound 4 DME runway 34 approach.
Airbus Zakynthos Tower. Cleared 4 DME runway 34 approach. Altimeter 29.
So the cockpit, put it in approach mode. We're in approach mode. Okay, I'm going to zoom right out
Cleared
here.
4 DME runway 34 approach Airbus.
Let's put our landing lights on. So there you go. We get a bit of light from the outside as well. It's because we're fully lit up here on the outside. Let's have a look. See if that's. Yeah, we got our lights on there, as you can see. Bit of moonlight as well. Look at that moonlight. Fantastic. We can see the one-way lights there to the left. Oh, here we go, the overspeeds. Overspeed. The landing gear's down. Now we're going to turn down. I'm going to go down to 160 knots. 160, we select that. What have we got on the flaps here? The flaps are down. Did we put the gear down? Gear down, and a few flaps in.
2,500.
Okay, folks, here we go into our final approach here to Holiday Island Zante. I'm going to hand you over back to Captain Bollokov.
Thank you. Okay, here we go into final approach now to Holiday Island, where everyone wants to party, get beast, take aircraft down to 145 knots as we put into flight plan. Yeah, we kicked that there. 145 knots. Check. Lighting is all on. Okay, that's all good.
Cleared to land runway 34 Airbus.
Runway 34, we come into for holiday. I come here and see my Uncle Nikos and Titos wait for me at the airport, and then we go in peace. Yeah, plenty peace. And then we may go to cabaret club. Cabaret, you know, dancing girls, okay? Yeah, party. Okay, right, let's get us on finals here already. Make sure I see my controls there. Airport coming in very nicely. We got 4 flaps coming in, gear down. You are the holiday people.
1,000.
1,000 feet. Good on the lights. Light good. Scorchio coming into Zante. Little bit of wind, as you can see, but that was something I had in flight earlier, so that's perfectly okay. It may be the boiled egg I had earlier. Boiled egg make me fat. Okay. We got runway lights coming in. Very good. Very good. I just wait to see. Oh, well, lined up very good. Dme Approach very good. Bit of wind from the northwest, blowing us a little bit. What are we, 500 now? Oh, did I do altimeter pressure? I don't know. I guess shit, 400 feet. Runway lights looking very good.
300.
300 feet. It's looking very cool.
200.
200. Bit of water. Water, please. Get us to the left.
100.
100 feet.
60. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retire.
We're on line here. That's very good. Very good. We landed Zante. Right, I don't need speed control now. Just brake. Very good.
Airbus turn next taxiway.
Taxiway. I need to find taxiway now. But taxi. Take me taxi. So we look for blue light. We see blue light. It's either police chasing me or taxiway. Right, I got speed brakes. Speed brakes come off. Flaps down.
Airbus turn next taxiway.
I need to find next taxiway, which means no, taxiway is back down runway, so that means I have to turn around. It's not very good when you have to do this at Greek airport, because it takes up lots of drinking time and kebab time, as gyros, we call it gyros. We can turn around here. Oh, see, light's not on too much, right, okay.
Airbus turn next taxiway.
Well, you'll have to wait. You'll have to wait at traffic control because I have to turn around. We do turn around now. There we go. So we're other end runway. We have to wait now until we get taxiway, which see I'm on the runway. There's no speed limit on runway, so I can go a little bit silly here on speed. Our taxiway is quite way down here to middle of the runway, and then we turn left, which is why I speed up, because there's no real speed limit on runway. Okay, so taxi come up to left, you see blue lights. Brake.
Airbus exit runway when able.
You can see here we have taxiway come. Whoop, pa, oompa, oompa.
Airbus contact ground on 122.1.
The lights here, there they go.
122.1 Airbus.
They take us this way, but I think we need to go other way. I think we just park here, as we do. Get the Zivanos down. We park here. We now make park at Zivanos Airport. They don't really care where I park, because I know airport governor, I know the mayor, and he okay. As long as I get gyros, at the end of the night. It's very good. We'll just park here. He says it's okay. There's no problem there. Okay. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for flying with Agios tonight. It's been very good, very good flight tonight. We had very good weather for flying. You want to see me switch engine off? Okay, before we switch engine off, we have to we got ground power not available, so we have to turn on APU. That's not APU. There you go, it's APU thing. So we start the APU engine so we can stop, so we can keep the lights on, so you can see where you're going when you walk from the aircraft out into the thingy. Right, okay, to switch engine off, we have to go to look at the console here. We'll turn engine 2 off. That's one off, okay. You can go off here. You can hear APU start, so when APU start, that means, oh, that's good, I get the power on there as well. And we turn off engine 1. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Welcome to Zante, Zakinfas. And there go the barking Airbus dogs again. Thank you for flying with us at Aegean Air. I'll join you in a kebab shop later with some, what they call it, mythos, pint of mythos. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for flying Aegean Airway. Thank you for flying Experience tonight. Let's look at what we had here. Flight time wise, I'd say we touched down, 5 minutes ago? So that's 3 hours, 5 minutes. You know what? That's spot on. Spot on from Bristol, UK to Zante. Spot on. Tomorrow, Scorchio. See you on the beach.